Welcome to Techin5, where you can get your tech news in 5 minutes. I'm Madeline.
And I'm Christina. This is your weekly download. Madeline, exciting news this week. This is the time from the Oracle NetSuite side, and we are talking about pre-made connectors. Oracle NetSuite recently purchased a company called FarApp, which specializes in creating pre-made connectors that can connect the Oracle and NetSuite core ERP systems into other apps, third-party apps, which facilitate business functions, primarily along the lines of e-commerce and 3PL delivery services. So this is exciting news because traditionally an ERP implementation can run up costs real quick when we start talking about taking the core solution, the core ERP, like a NetSuite or an Oracle or even a Dynamics or any of the other financial packages which are out there that serve as an ERP. And most businesses rely on a large menu of other apps to do business processes. So connecting those business process apps that are specialized into the core ERP requires building out connectors. And sometimes those connectors can become very pricey. So in this case, by purchasing these pre-made connectors and bringing them already into the Oracle NetSuite ecosystem, we are thereby reducing some cost for those small businesses and getting them access into these platforms at a lower price point, making it easier for them to streamline their business and to find some areas of efficiency. I don't know, this sounds like something that you have some experience with, maybe perhaps in the Microsoft ecosystem. Do you have any thoughts on that?
I think this is, well, first of all, these connectors and how they get to, they can pull from different APIs. Really important why the Supreme Court did not rule against APIs a couple of weeks when we talked about that in Techin5.
Yes.
Because that would be raising the cost instead of lowering the cost.
Yes.
And so we see it a lot of times in the Microsoft ecosystem. There's already pre-built connectors that make it a lot easier for you to connect to these other applications that you need. So it's great to see these other organizations like NetSuite and Oracle making those moves to make sure that they can lower the cost. Because that's one thing, like you said, ERPs are expensive. They're necessary, they're useful, but you don't want to have to tack on additional costs if you don't have to. So having these connectors, having them pre-made, using somebody who already knows what they're doing, and not having errors, because if you try to make those connectors yourself, you could run into some additional problems there because how it's connected, just putting it the right way, right? But having somebody who has the knowledge, it's a good move.
Yeah, and I agree with you 100% on that. So this really helps our smaller businesses that perhaps don't have as deep pockets as the larger enterprises to have the spend. Another topic we touched on here at Techin5.
Oh yeah,
your IT spend.
We're coming full circle in a lot of cases.
Coming full circle, putting all the pieces together. This really gives the small businesses a chance to step into robust software that they can invest in that will last them for a longer period of time, rather than finding these highly specialized, isolated, or siloed solutions that will last them only for a short period of time while their business is scaling. So, Microsoft and NetSuite are two powerhouses when it comes to those ERP that businesses like to invest in because they know that they can grow and scale and not have to replace these packages versus working with a smaller solution that perhaps doesn't have the capacity to reach out into an app-centric environment in which a larger business needs to run its daily operations. So this is very interesting, very exciting. Now NetSuite SuiteWorld is coming later this year in October. So looks like we're going to be headed out to Las Vegas for our first in-person event in a couple of years. So everybody's excited for that. So I hope to see a lot more conversation around this subject during that event and see what else they might have up their sleeve in terms of developments for the next 5-10 years in terms of innovations for these core softwares. It should be very fun. At the very least, it'll be fun to see people in person again.
That's for sure, right? And I think that we're just seeing, even though for a year and a half we haven't been able to see each other, it's great to see we're also seeing technology move, right? Where nothing's slowed down. So it's great to see that these new things are coming out and they're coming out at rapid speed. So I'm sure by October there's going to be some awesome news coming from NetSuite.
Absolutely. I'm looking forward to hearing what Microsoft has in store as well. It sounds like
Microsoft's
it's coming. Really busy.
Oh, they're super busy, and we're going to be seeing a lot of their conferences coming up in the next couple of months as well.
Looking forward to it.
All right. Well, thank you
Well,
so much, Christina. This has been fun as always.
yes, thanks for joining us on Techin5. Be sure to like and subscribe so you can stay in touch with the latest and greatest. And see you next time, Madeline.
See ya. Bye-bye.
Bye.